Good evening, everybody. WWE Review guys here with our Smackdown review for January 11th, 2008. Not very much of a fancy intro here, so we're going to go ahead and jump straight into this thing. So, at the beginning of the show, we had Vicky Guerrero coming out in her wheelchair, and how exactly did they get her into the ring if she's in the wheelchair? I find that kind of odd.
I think maybe they rolled her in.
Could be. I don't know. Maybe Teddy picks her up. He's a pretty strong fellow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That giant coat, he's holding some
could be
enormous muscles.
Anyway, they start the show off with Vicky Guerrero in her little wheelchair, and then she invites Ray out. Ray comments on how she's being stupid, basically. Then Chavo comes out again, which I still don't know what the whole Chavo thing is. And he starts going into a rant about how she's not a true guerrero.
Well, she's not. She's won by marriage.
She's won by what?
He should have pointed that out.
It's true. It's a good point. Mm-hmm. She's not, technically she's not one. And then she starts going on into this thing about how she wants to have kids, which just almost made me vomit thinking that, because I don't want to think of Vicky. I mean, not to sound rude, and I apologize if it sounds rude, but is there something wrong with her eyes, or? Because she's almost got the Paris Hilton thing going on.
But I think if she has kids with Edge, then the eye.
I don't want her to have kids.
But no. But think about it. You have his enormous eyes, and that'll correct her whatever eye issue is.
Okay, that's
so just imagine Vicky with enormous eyes and enormous chin, and that's
that could happen. And that's what happened next. Edge came out and tried to defend Vicky, and Vicky puts Ray and Chavo in a match against each other at the end of the show. So the first match we had was Chuck Palumbo versus JB Noble again for I believe the fourth time.
I was a little shocked to see Michelle riding out on the back of Chuck's hog, if you will. I thought they ended it. I mean, how many times does this couple have to get in a fight?
And folks, this is one of the many gripes that I have with the WWE. I don't know if Scott shares my sentiment here, but this story has been dragging out for far too long. I mean, I don't like Chuck Palumbo. I don't like Jamie Noble. I like Michelle McCool. But this storyline is just kind of dumb, and I think the ultimate outcome is going to be that Chuck Palumbo turns into a heel.
It's been a long time.
And Jamie Noble comes out to aid Michelle McCool in some way. But it's taking too long for that to happen.
Right. It kind of looked like what was happening with his little, anger, being so mad at her at the end of the thing. But that just didn't make a whole lot of sense. They're not really pushing this forward in a, quickly enough.
Yeah,
cohesive manner.
It's taking way too long. I mean, that's the ultimate thing. The next match we had, was MVP versus Batista. Now, this was actually a pretty interesting match. It's the first time we've seen MVP and Batista fight each other, and that could be something that happens down the road when MVP gets a heavyweight push. So it was a good match. Both guys, had their moments where they shined. It kind of went back and forth. Ultimately, Batista won the match due to a count out. Not really the way I would have liked to see him win it.
Not the way he wanted to win it.
And that's not the way he wanted to win it. He wanted to win it, by actually beating MVP. I think originally the intention was for MVP to fight Flair on Smackdown, but they moved it to the Rumble. I don't know why that was.
I have my first theory was obviously something happened right at taping time, because news broke, I guess between the taping and the airing, that the match was going to be a Royal Rumble. My first thought was maybe Rick got drunk, so he couldn't show up. But then Michael Cole was very vocal in saying that Ric Flair was in Japan. So that led me to believe
Japan.
Yeah, I think that's code for he's with an Asian hooker. So, but we wish you well, Rick, wherever you are in Japan. Wink, wink. Just like Finley's in Ireland.
He's in Japan, all right. That happens to be your name.
In the same way that Finley's in Ireland every Monday, yet is back on Tuesday night to tape SmackDown.
Every week on SmackDown. The next match of the evening was Matt Striker and Mark Henry versus The Undertaker. There's not much to talk about here. Undertaker won. It was pretty obvious he was going to win. And I like the way he won. I like that he beat Matt Striker for the win, because that's a bit of a payback. if you will.
Yeah.
At the end, Big Daddy V kind of flops out to the ring, waddles in, and
Big Daddy V with his big old breasts.
big old breasts, and they's big. They's the biggest breasts.
But again, how many
WWE.
times do we need to see Mark Henry and Big Daddy V teaming up
We
against
don't.
anybody, let alone Undertaker?
Oh, we don't. It's getting old. This is another thing that's getting old. We're getting tired of seeing it. I mean, I know I am, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. The next match was I still don't know this guy's name. Rajan Singh, I believe is how you say it.
Yeah. Rajan is
in an arm wrestling contest against Hornswoggle.
Insanity.
This was completely ridiculous, folks.
It's
The whole electrical table thing, and then what the hell was the yellow glove for? I still don't know.
No, that was to block the conducting
Is
of
that what that was
electricity.
for?
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
That's what it is, because otherwise the electricity would have flowed into Hornswoggle
I suppose.
from Rajin.
I guess I could see that.
Obviously, made perfect sense to me.
It was completely stupid. Vince McMahon, I'm begging you now. This is me begging. Drop this whole Hornswoggle thing.
Yeah.
It's not funny anymore. It's just, it's funny. I'll admit it's funny, but not in the way you want it to be funny.
We're laughing at you.
We're laughing at you. We're not laughing with you. So you need to kind of give it up.
Yeah. I've read elsewhere that there have been there's been conflicts where the writers and Vince really love things because it gives them chances to do silly stuff, and it's really not good for the show, and the wrestlers don't like it. I'm thinking this is something like that I guess whoever writes it is saying, oh boy, we can do a lot of jokes, a lot of fun little sticky bits, but for the rest of us it's old. It's let's find some other way
Let's find something else
to do this silliness.
The next match was Kane versus Domino in what I am assuming was a Royal Rumble qualifying match. I don't know. I didn't catch that. If anybody else caught that or they didn't catch that, please comment to us. The only reason I'm assuming it was is because it was a very short match. It seemed kind of
just pointless.
Kind of odd to have it on the card if it wasn't for any reason. Kane won. I believe when it was over, they said Kane was now in the Royal Rumble. That's why I assumed it was a qualifying match. But again, I'm not certain on that. For anybody that does or doesn't know, please let us know. And the final match of the evening was Rey Mysterio versus Chavo Guerrero. We've seen them fight before. It was an interesting match. They're both good, talented wrestlers. And Edge's commentary was interesting, laid over the top of it. Rey Mysterio got the win. After he gets the win, I'm still referring to them as the Major Brothers because I still can't remember their damn names.
Zach something and
Kurt Hawkins.
Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
Kurt and Zach. We'll call them that. They run out. They just beat the crap out of Rey Mysterio, basically.
Yeah.
With Edge's help, and that's how the show ends. So all in all, it was a dull. It was an off show. I wouldn't say it was dull, but it wasn't as good as Smackdown has been over the past few weeks, which is sad because it's been good since Edge has been back. This is the first episode since Edge has been back. It's been kind of bland, but there you have it, folks. That is our Smackdown review for January 11th, 2008. We'll go ahead and mention this again that we will be at Raw next Monday in Mobile, Alabama. We will be at the show.
Yes.
Look for us. We'll be on the floor, possibly next to the ramp, we believe.
Maybe.
So look for us. And again, our show will probably be coming from the parking lot at the Mobile Civic Center.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. And we'll see everybody next week.
Hey.
Peace.